Melbourne, Florida's Georgia Randall has been a singer for most of her life. And then one day, not too long ago, she decided she didn't want to be at the mercy of others to sing anymore. So she taught herself how to play the guitar. And not long after that, Georgia was writing her own songs and forming her own band, and her debut album, Fly On, was released in the spring of 2018, and her follow-up, These Days, was released that fall. After leaving her job in nursing administration, a whole new world revealed itself to Georgia, one she wanted all her life. Don't ever stop following your dreams because you think you're too old. And Georgia Randall will be the first one to tell you that. And she's my guest today on FM Odyssey.
Much younger than you. Believe show you that
Georgia Randall is my guest today in the FM Odyssey studios, and welcome. So how are you?
I'm doing wonderful, and thank you so much for having me.
Are your ears okay? Are they too loud or too low? Are you good? Or?
My ears are just perfect.
Okay, good. So I've been hearing your music for quite a while, and CDs are now coming out of you that are just really, really getting a lot of people's attention. And I thought that the time was right for us to get together and do something in the FM Odyssey studio. So,
very good.
Georgia, I think the first question that comes to my mind anyway is how you got here from wherever it was that you were. Where was that place?
There's a mystery. Yes, I was in an Odyssey land. No, I was in Virginia. I grew up singing in the church, first solo at age 5 that I don't remember, but I always sang in the church. I was very much influenced by a Baptist church that we passed every Sunday, going to church and listening to the way they sang. I swear the church was swaying. Just, oh man, the way they sang just hit me. So I just started singing the way I felt it, the way they interpreted their music, and all of a sudden I was a gospel singer that belied her race because I was singing like I was in that black church. And I remember a deacon coming up to me one day, and I think I was 10. He said, "Georgia, you know, you can really sing." And I went, "Thank you." He says, No, you can really sing. And you should do this. So I played around with it a lot, just singing along with my hairbrush as my microphone with different songs. And then when I was 15, I had a boyfriend who was a guitarist in a band. We talked about me singing in his band. I learned a few songs. He asked me if I would come to their practice because they had a manager from Virginia named Don Tyler that was going to listen to them. They wanted to sign with him. Afterwards, he walked up to me and he said, "Georgia, I don't want the band, but I want you. And I have a band to put you in right now." And that band was a big deal called the Aliens in Norfolk, Virginia. From that point forward, age 15, music became my profession.
What happened to the boyfriend?
He didn't want to be my boyfriend anymore. He was mad. He was so mad, and I didn't do it on purpose. I really thought I was helping them. Anyway, he broke up with me. So at age 15, they were paying me to do this, and I was fronting rock bands. Soon as I was old enough to hit the road, a band out of Nashville picked me up, and I was traveling. For years and years, I lived out of motels. The band was like my family. We just traveled, and I sang 6-7 nights a week.
Wow. So, well, I'm sure there's more to the story, but let's get to some more music. The album that you have out before these days was Fly On. That's your first one, technically? Okay. Mm-hmm. So after all of these years of singing and doing all kinds of stuff, how did you get to the point of saying, I'm going to do this now, I'm going to learn how to play the guitar, which to me is still amazing because you sound like you've been playing this for years, like centuries. And so how did we embark on Fly On, your debut album?
When you're a singer and you don't play an instrument, you are totally dependent on musicians to back you up, to do what you do. I just decided I wanted to be able to express myself and not have to rely on a musician to back me up. So I decided to learn to play guitar and started soloing 2 years after I started playing guitar. And then I decided I wanted to write my own music. It just came like a flood. I did 2 albums in 1 year and already have an EP's worth. And then I've probably got another 10 songs that just need the ends tied up. It's just flooding out of me. I don't know. I think I'm an old soul that just everything's popping together now. And Fly On was important. The song Fly On, the message of that is no matter your age, how you look, what your circumstances are, if anybody tells you you can't do something, don't listen to them. Go for it.
And the evidence is in this CD of what you've accomplished in that. Let's take a listen to this title track of this. Fly On is the name of it. Georgia Randall is my guest today on FM Odyssey.
fat. You comb your hair, change your clothes, go outside, heaven knows. They might say yes, they might say no. They say you're too young or you're too old, but don't you give a damn. You fly on with your dreams, fly on with yourself, fly on with your sisters. They're here to help you fly on. Go ahead and fly on. Fly on with your dreams, fly on with yourself, fly on with your brothers. They're here to help you fly on. Spread your wings and fly on. You can't be this, you can't be that. You're not smart enough, you're crazy as a bat. You're never right, you're always wrong. Keep on singing the same song, 'cause you got what they want. You're free child, go on and flaunt it. Don't you give a damn. You fly on with your dreams, fly on with yourself, fly on with your sisters. They're here to help you fly on. Go ahead and fly on, yeah. Fly on with your dreams, fly on with yourself, fly on with your brothers. They're here to help you fly on. Spread your wings and fly on. Look at you standing there, no fear, without a care. You made it through, you cried a lot. It's your turn, show 'em what you got. You stand alone, one of a kind, the brightest star, let it shine. And don't you give a damn. You fly on with your dreams, fly on with yourself, fly on with your sisters. They're here to help you fly on. Go ahead and fly on. Fly on with your dreams, fly on with yourself, fly on with your brothers. They're here to help you fly on. Spread your wings and fly on. Fly on. Spread your wings and fly on. Go ahead and fly on. Fly on.
Georgia Randall is our guest today on FM Odyssey, and that was the title track of her album Fly On, which was not released, you said, 2 records in a calendar year. Well, maybe not a calendar year, but within 12 months. And
Yes.
that was the debut album from you. And great production, great people. Mm-hmm. Tell us about the people and how you got them.
Well, the engineer is Chris Short. That's Alpaca Ranch Recording. They're in Altamont Springs. I actually was supposed to record in Carolina. And when I got to Carolina, my friend who had the studio was having equipment problems. And I actually had to turn around and come back to Florida without restarting any recording at all. And I got a phone call on my way back from a gentleman who said, I just saw your post on Facebook, and once you get back to Florida, you call me. I've got a studio for you. And that's how I got connected with Alpaca Ranch and Chris Short, and I'm so glad I did. He gave me my drummer, Dean Andrews Jr., who is absolutely phenomenal Barry Dean, who's from, I believe, from England and has been played with everyone, the who's who. They were my rhythm section. And I had John Carpenter on guitar, and it was nice because Chris listened to me and knew where I wanted to go with the songs, and so was able to produce what would be my sound and not what he thought I should sound like. So that's how it all came to be. It was just happened to end up at that recording studio and getting the people that he recommended, and it was phenomenal.
Well, let's listen to another song from here, Sarah Jane. That song came from where? And that's another story. All these songs are story songs.
They are story songs. Sarah Jane is actually about me. I'm that young girl that was, naive but trying to act bold and needed to get out of the town that wasn't working for her anymore. That was Norfolk, Virginia. I needed to hit the road. My grandfather raised me in that second verse that she was Daddy's little girl. One night he left this world. My grandfather had told my grandmother that he knew I was going to be leaving in a few months to hit the road, and he prayed that he would die before I left because it would kill him for me to go. And he did. He had a massive heart attack. I came home from a gig, and we found him. And that's when I said, okay, it's time. I'm out of here. My daddy left.
Young and pretty, just a little bit restless. Oh, so bold, but still a little naive. She asked her mama, don't you ever take chances? You see, this old town can't give me what I need. Oh, gotta run now. From all the pain. She's right, she's wrong, she's weak, she's strong. Her name is Sarah Jane. Sarah Jane. She loved her daddy more than any other. He always told her she was daddy's girl. Then one night the works it finally happened. While she was out, her daddy left this world. Oh, gotta run now, run from all the pain. She's right, she's wrong, she's weak, she's strong. Her name is Sarah Jane. Sarah Jane.
An autobiographical song called Sarah Jane.
Yes.
I never knew that, and thank you for sharing that difficult story to tell. I'm sure the pain of that doesn't go away. I wanted to switch gears a little because we've been playing some songs from the CD, and I was wondering if we could get a chance for you to do a song live on your guitar that you're sitting there with.
Sure.
So it wouldn't go to waste that you brought that guitar all the way here.
I know, it's right here. You can't see it, but it's here.
So what are you going to do for us?
I'm going to do a tune called Special Days.
That's my cue.
Okay. Little girl with long dark hair lives a life without a care. My, those were special days. Meets her friends at the old playground. London Bridge is falling down. My, those were special days. Had a dog named Little Joe. Grab a wagon down the street they'd go. My, those were special days. Time flies, all those years go by. I wanna save them, put them in a bottle, store them in your mind. Your mind. Nutty buddies and an ice cream cone. Spend all night on the telephone. My, those were special days. Running barefoot, dirt between our toes. Watching mama hang out the clothes. My, those were special days. Time flies, all those years go by. I wanna save them, put them in a bottle, store them in your mind. Your mind. Older woman sees a little girl, her hair so golden, full of curls. My, all these her special days. Oh my, all these her special days. Oh my, I wish her special days. Special days. Special days.
Wow, that is an amazing version of the song Special Days from the album These Days. That's your latest one.
Yes.
Where did this song come from?
Actually, it was when we were recording my first album, and my session drummers, two little girls, had come over when we were taking a break, and I was watching them playing on their Apple iPads. And I got to thinking, oh my goodness, you know, what did I do when I was their age? And I was thinking about all the fun
Played with
things.
apples, but not Apple iPads,
exactly.
right?
I was climbing the apple trees. Seriously.
My, how times have changed.
So I actually went home that night and started the song, and I had it written within 2 days, just based on what were special days. And I really wondered, are these their special days? So, and I told Dean Andrews Jr., again, he's the drummer, I told him, I said, your little girls were, the inspiration for that song.
Wow, great. Let's go back to the CD and the latest one called These Days and Stray Cat Blues. When you were recording this song, was it layering upon layering, or was it just this synergistic kind of energy that came together? Because it sounds like it just kind of fell out.
Pretty much, yeah. The energy is coming from all the musicians from the song. And I give them a lot of creative freedom. I want them to hear the song, and then I want to hear what they hear. And I have yet to have to tell somebody, no, let's do it a different way. They get it.
Those are the people you want to stick with.
Absolutely.
Let's take a listen to it. Georgia Randall is our guest today on FM Odyssey. from the new CD from Georgia Randall called These Days and the song Stray Cat Blues. And we've been talking and talking and talking, and people are listening and listening and listening. Where do they go to get your music?
Well, it's available on Amazon, CD Baby, iTunes, any of your streaming, Spotify. You can just listen, or you can download a song. My albums are also on YouTube. So yeah, it's out there. If you just do a Google search on Georgia Randall These Days or Georgia Randall Fly On, all the sources are there.
Cool. Another song from the new CD is called Judgment Day. I don't know if that needs any explanation or not.
No.
A great song. Tell me a little bit about it, and we'll let the audience interpret the rest.
Okay. Well, Judgment Day is there's nothing hidden in that. Some of my songs have hidden meanings, but that is right there, just talking about pretty much
in your face.
Yes, the culture of today's society. People want something, they're just going to take it. They don't want it, they're going to throw it away and break it. And it all comes down to we're all going to be there on Judgment Day. And that song came together pretty quickly. I would think it would. Let's take a listen to it. Judgment Day on FM Odyssey. Okay.
If you want it, take it. Don't want to keep it, break it. Feel it, fake it. You won't lose it, shake it. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you say. You can lie, you can cheat, you can rape, you can beat. Drink yourself down the drain. Sooner or later, you're gonna pay. I'll be there on Judgment Day. Judgment Day. If you see it, say it. Don't wanna owe it, pay it. If you have it, share it. You wanna know it, wear it. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you say. You can lie, you can cheat, you can rape, you can beat. Drink yourself down the drain. Shoot or later, you're gonna pay. I'll be there on Judgment Day. Judgment Day. See the people running circles now. Lord, they're going nowhere. They're gonna bow and pray. Judgment Day. Judgment Day.
I have two questions. The first one is a song that appeared on your debut album, Fly On, which came out about a year ago, a little April of whenever. And there's two CDs here, folks, so we're trying to make sure that nobody is getting confused. There's the debut album, Fly On, and then there's These Days that was released a couple of months ago, the follow-up to that. We're going to go back to the first album, Fly On. There's a song on there called Why Me? And there's a question mark after that, why me? So why me?
I wrote that song because I've often thought about how people's circumstances are and what has brought them there. Why are they there and I'm here? Why was I born in this nice little family in Norfolk, Virginia, and somebody else was born maybe on the same day and the same time and ended up in Syria or India or Africa, starving as a child, you know? And just the dichotomy of that.
You know, that's interesting because I'm sure if you think about that, folks, there's probably a lot of us that have asked that question at one time or another to ourselves, whether it was a time when maybe things were going great, maybe when things were not going great. But it's interesting that you address that like out loud and brought that out of your own consciousness to a place where everyone can ponder that because they've thought of that before. And
I'm sure, you know, when you listen to the verses of the song, the first is about a homeless person, and I'm sure that person, what their circumstances were that led there, you know, might think, why me? Why is this happening to me? Why isn't it you? Why are you walking past me in a briefcase and I'm sitting here just drinking a bottle of wine tonight? There's two verses that are from headline news stories. The verse before the instrument break in Why Me says, I see the water rising, it takes a man on down. I hear those children laughing, they're going to watch him drown. And you remember that story?
Yes, I do.
That story about those children that videoed that man drowning, and you could hear them laughing. That's where that verse came from. And the verse which comes out of the solo, you see the kids at the party, they want to have some fun, in walks a man so angry, he shoots them down with a gun. That was Pulse. That's where that verse came from.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a listen to it. Some new music from, well, I guess in the last year is still considered new. From the album Fly On, and this is the song Why Me? Georgia Randall is my guest today on FM Odyssey.
Children laughing, they Looks like we'll have to fight. The world's so full of hatred. It's starting to ignite. I cry, why me? Why me? Why me? Why not you? Why me? Why me? Why me? Why me?
That is the song Why Me from Georgia Randall from her album called Fly On, and that was released about a year ago. And she's got a second album out called These Days that was released in November of last year. Georgia is our guest today on FM Odyssey, and we will have more from her and also some live performances still to come. If you'd like to email me with your comments or requests, go to my website, fmodyssey.com.
The song is called Put It Down, and we had over, I guess about a 6-month period, 3 mass shootings. You know, it just one after the other, it seemed like, and I kept thinking to myself, it's going to stop, it has to stop. And then we had the one that really caught my eye the most was in Jacksonville, the young man that was on the online gambling. Just the media, although I don't like that the media focuses on the shooter, but there was a lot of focus on him, and there was just this look in his eye. And I don't know, maybe I was coming from a mother perspective or something, and I was just looking at him, and I'm thinking, what is going on in their head that they actually get to that point where they're going to stand there and kill people that they don't even know? So the song evolved from that, kind of thinking from the shooter's point of view that, yeah, I know I shouldn't do this, but maybe it's a manic depressive person, has voices in their head, whatever's drawing them to do that. So it's just, it's the words are, you know, trying to, like somebody trying to talk to that person, like step back, don't do this. These people aren't the ones that have brought you to this point. Put that gun down, there's still time. So that's where it came from, and to me it's a powerful song, and it's going to be on my my EP. This spring.
Would you play that for us live in the studio?
I certainly will try to do it. I am very novice on guitar, so I may mess it up on the guitar, but I will play it for you.
What you gonna do now? Don't you remember what your mama taught you? Do right like the good book said now. You can't hear her now from all those voices in your head. Step back, look into their eyes. They didn't hurt you, they never criticized. They aren't the ones pushed you around. There's still time. Put the gun down. Put it down. Oh no. Put it down. Standing right in front of you. There's no turning back now. You're gonna see this through. Shut down. This is your day now. you have to say. Step back, look into their eyes. They didn't hurt you, they never criticized. They aren't the ones who pushed you around to steal time. Put the gun down, put it down. Oh no, put it down. Look around, see what you've done now. You hurt so many people, there's nowhere to run. Fall down, down on your knees now. Beg for forgiveness before that one last squeeze. Step back, look into their eyes. They didn't hurt you, they never criticized. They aren't the ones who pushed you around. There's still time. Put the gun down, put it down. Oh no, put it down, put it down.
Georgia Randall has been our guest today on FM Odyssey. And Georgia, here you are in this moment of time. 2 CDs out of you in the last year. You've been doing this for a good portion of your life, almost all of your life. What is it that you see when you see the moment that you're in now?
I just see more and more to come in the future. I'm at a point in my life where some people are just slowing down and not doing what they've been doing all their life, and I'm just seeing new horizons. I'm just starting. I just feel like I'm just at the tip of the iceberg as far as writing and expressing myself through my songs, and I'm not slowing down at all. I'm just going to keep on keeping on, and I'm hoping that I inspire people who seem to think, because I do have people look at me and go, "Oh, you're such an inspiration to me," because, I'm not that stereotype of what you think that's out there right now that's music. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully people are appreciating the music. They'll listen to the music, they'll buy the music, come out and hear it, and other people, please, please, please don't give up your dreams. There is no cap on you. There's no expiration date on you, on when you can start things. I'm reinventing myself, and you can too.
Well, that certainly got the ears of a lot of folks. I'm going to ask you this final question. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but that time has come here on FM Odyssey. Is there a song that you can do for us on that guitar there that was an inspiration to you, a song that you absolutely love that isn't yours, but just something that carried you for miles and years and eons?
Absolutely. A song called Motherless Child. And the reason being is because when I hit the road at age 17, when I left home, I was out there on my own, surrounded by people I didn't know that well, and I felt like a motherless child. And I heard Richie Havens do this song, and I've been singing it ever since. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, long way from my home. Oh, yeah. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes
I feel like a motherless child, long, long way from my home. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm already gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm already gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm already gone. A long way, just a long way, just a long way from my home, from my home, from my home, from my home. I did a shortened version for you.
Georgia Randall has been our guest today on FM Odyssey. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. I'm just thrilled. I'm so thrilled, again, because this has been my favorite show for 18 years. I've been listening, and now I'm here. So I have to pinch myself. My favorite show, I'm on the show, and Fred Migliore is as handsome as you think that voice would say he is. He is. He's a handsome guy, but enough about him. We've been talking about me. I could die a happy woman now. Hopefully not in his office.
Georgia Randall is primarily touring as of now in Central and East Central Florida. Information about her 2 CDs and where she's touring is available on her Facebook page, which is Georgia Randall. Well, that wraps up this week's edition of FM Odyssey. I'd like to graciously thank Paul Porzio in D.C., Marshall Wright in Florida, Steve Matteo and Al Basio in New York, and a special thank you to my late friend and mentor, Pete Fornitel, for inspiring me to do this show. FM Odyssey is produced from New York and Florida by Fred Migliore. Information about the program is available at fmodyssey.com, and you can send emails to fred@fmodyssey.com. Thanks for listening. Until next week, pay attention to the poets. You need them, and you know it.